Au Tanzian, my people. I've got a quick and dirty video today for anyone who happens to be trapped in K-Drive hell, that is, trying to complete the Waverider quest to unlock access to the new teen idol, Yareli. This quest can be extremely frustrating for some players, so let's not waste any time. Looking over the 5 pages of challenges, we can see that they're all fairly similar. In each of them, you need to complete a K-Drive race while earning a certain number of points, so let's talk about that first. K-Drive races can be found scattered around Orb-Valis. To see them, you need to jump on your K-Drive, then pull up the map. Strangely enough, the races aren't visible if you do this on Marilina, Yareli's signature K-Drive. When choosing a race, it'll depend on what's available that day. I found Lord of the Board to be good for this challenge since it's a longer race, meaning more time to accumulate points. It's also relatively open and lacks many difficult sections. I would stay away from any races that have you going through caves or require large gap clears, elevation changes, or small landing areas. As for the points, the highest required total is on page 5, and that's 3,600 points. This is easily achievable without doing anything fancy. In this race, I'm only using the spacebar and right-click tricks, and only going for them when it's safe to do a jump between checkpoints. Don't worry about chaining tricks together, grinding, or jamming in as many tricks as possible. You also don't need to worry about speed boosting through the race. You'll have plenty of time to complete the race, even if you wipe out several times. Find a speed you're comfortable with, maintain that pace while hitting checkpoints, and toss in a few tricks here and there. Next up are the specific tricks that you need to pull off 5 times each. The game provides the key press combos needed, so completing these challenges shouldn't prove too difficult. If you're new to K-Drive, make sure that you're charging up your jump by holding the key, spacebar by default, before releasing it. This will give you more jump height, thus more time to pull off the combo. Also note that for some combos, the game uses a comma between keys, which means you should pause slightly before hitting the next key, but continue holding down the previous keys. For the tail spinja, for example, you need to hold S down, then left click, and then press space while still holding S and left click. Pages 1, 2, and 3 each have kill challenges, with the first 2 requiring that you use your secondary weapon while on your K-Drive. In case you don't know, you need to press your switch weapon key while riding in order to toggle your secondary weapon on and off. The third challenge requires killing enemies with shockwave kills. If you jump while on your K-Drive, tap left control, and then hold left control until landing, you'll see a circle form under your board. This is your shockwave. Try moving towards enemies and jumping just before you reach them, then performing the left control tap, then hold to land right on them. As long as you don't accidentally load up on Steel Path version of Orb-Valis like this idiot, oops, you should have little problem with these. Page 4 has a bit of an outlier challenge. Obtain 5 seconds of airtime on a K-Drive. There are several spots you can do this by jumping off a mountain, but I think the easiest method is to get in your Arcwing and fly to the area's ceiling. Once there, make sure you know where your K-Drive is located in your gear wheel, or assign it to a shortcut. Then drop out of Arcwing by pressing melee and quickly select your K-Drive. Boom, done. The final challenges to talk about are the ones that require multiple combos, or earn some amount of points in a single trick chain. I find the easiest place to do all of these is right behind the Fortuna lift, by grinding on the supply pipe. Hold and release space to jump up, then hold left control to grind. Now you can follow the pipe for a good stretch before you'll need to turn around. And to do this, charge up a nice high jump, and while you're in the air, turn around 180 degrees with your mouse. Line up your landing, then hold left control again to continue the grind in the opposite direction. Getting the timing and landing lined up might take a little bit of practice, but the system is fairly generous, so it shouldn't take too long. Once you get used to it, you can go back and forth as many times as necessary to get the required points or combos before you jump off of the pipe, land, and complete the trick. After completing all 5 pages of challenges, you'll be presented with a new challenge, figuring out where the hell to get Yareli's neuroptics, systems, and chassis blueprints. Surprise! They're locked behind a new room for your dojo and 24 hours of research time. Check with your clan leader to see if it's being worked on. Or, if you're your own clan leader, find a spare node and start building the Vent Kid's Bash Lab. Once that's finished, you can access the display inside the room to start research on Yareli's component blueprints. And that's everything I have on Yareli for right now. But stay tuned because I should have an ultimate fun game build for her going up tonight or tomorrow. Be sure you're subscribed and have alerts turned on so you know when it goes live. And if you don't mind hitting the like button, I would appreciate it immensely.